Ahead on TCU News Now.
As long as you keep me in scotch and cigars, I'm okay. So.
Students and faculty are remembering a longtime energy professor who died suddenly this week.
Looking for a place to study, Tyler Shahan reports on the university's push to add buildings with study spaces in mind.
A popular entertainment correspondent shared her story of overcoming adversity Tuesday night. I sat down with E! News correspondent Juliana Rancic.
From the Bob Schieffer College of Communication, this is TCU News Now.
Hello, and welcome to TCU News Now. I'm Abby Maynard.
And I'm Mario Montalvo.
Neely School Dean Homer Erickson is remembering longtime adjunct professor Louis Stripling today. According to the Tarrant County Medical Examiner, the 70-year-old Stripling died around 11 last night. He was found on a street about a half a mile from his home. Joey McReynolds reports.
Much like the school where he taught, Louis Stripling was well respected among his colleagues. Stripling started at the Neely School of Business in 2004, where he served as an assistant director for the Neely Entrepreneurship Center. He later became an adjunct professor.
Louis is, about my age, and at this point, you'd like to help, It obviously wasn't the money or the position. It was, he had plenty to offer.
His contributions to the Neely School extended beyond the classroom. The professors and staff around him say his personality and character also spoke for him.
I don't know if Louis was originally from Texas, but he kind of had that aura of the tall Texan, with the bigger-than-life personality.
He always had a smile coming down as he walked down the halls, and of course I wasn't in the classroom with him as much, but clearly students would always say very positive things.
When we first started working here as an adjunct, when the compensation was bad, he said, as long as you keep me in scotch and cigars, I'm okay. So that was his line.
Joey McReynolds, TCU News Now.
The Tarrant County Medical Examiner says Stripling died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Funeral arrangements are pending. We'll have more details on this story at TCU360.com as they become available.
A retired TCU history professor is being remembered as a wonderful mentor and an exceptional human. Dr. Mark Gilderhoos died of liver cancer at his home in Fort Collins, Colorado on January 22nd. He served as the Lyndon Baines Johnson Chair for the History Department from 1997 until his retirement in 2010. His wife says that he was known for his sense of compassion and humor. A memorial service is planned for February 21st in Fort Collins.
Studying is the name of the game. The number of buildings on campus with designated studying spaces is increasing. In August, Reese-Jones Hall opened with collaborative study spaces, and the library is also expanding with a similar focus. That expansion will be done by next fall. These are in addition to study spaces in various academic buildings on campus, including Smith, Bass, and Beasley Halls. Tucker Technology Center also has similar spaces. And the latest addition to TCU is continuing the trend. Tyler Shahan has the latest on how students are studying in the new multi-purpose facility.
The Multi-Purpose Center is living up to its temporary name by providing students with a location where they can dine, socialize, and perhaps more importantly, study.
We heard loud and clear when we talked to students. We just want a comfortable place to come sit, hang out, talk to people.
A lot of our students, when we were designing this building, these places that they were telling us that they like to go to study are like coffee shops.
So what I like about here is that it's more than just a study area, is that it's kind of like a Starbucks in the fact that there's other things that are happening around you.
The seats are purposely selected to be comfortable, where you can throw your leg over the arm.
Well, that's why I'm sitting cross-legged right now. I really like the chairs and stuff here. It feels really comfortable.
The alternative, of course, is what goes on in the library and over here, which is the eastern side of campus, which is traditionally where students have thought they were going to work. Well, what the multipurpose building has done is change that equation just a bit.
I find it that I'm not as stressed when I'm studying places like this versus the library, because I find the library to be a much more high-stress environment.
But there's not all the technology that comes with, say, Reese-Jones or what the library will offer.
But I really like studying here, better than the library, I think, yeah.
I think it's more comfortable space than the library or Reese Jones, because its multifunction is to hang out, eat, and study.
They have quiet areas and loud areas, and if you need food, it's just downstairs, so it's super easy and close to home. So,
I mean, well, location is kind of the only thing I kind of care about, but if I make it to the library, I would prefer to go there than here.
I'm looking forward to this being a spot that is primarily identified as student space. We're going to certainly program around that so that students know that if they need a place just to be comfortable or just to hang out or socialize or eat, that this is their place.
If you're looking to find a new study spot in Worth Hills, you can check out what students are calling the new Blue. The center is open all week from 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. Back to you, Abby.
You might be able to pay for your next bagel with Frog Bucks. Einstein Brothers says it is finalizing details for participation in TCU's Frog Bucks program. The decision would allow students to use their student IDs to buy their morning coffee. Einstein's is expected to make a formal announcement soon. The Bagel Company is one of 2 restaurants in the 3000 block of University Drive that doesn't accept Frog Bucks. Pizza Snob is the other holdout. TCU's Nursing Honor Society donated $1,000 to the Nurse Family Partnership Program of Tarrant County Public Health. The money will go to first-time mothers with financial problems, helping provide support for their children.
The TCU Opera Studio is under new direction. TCU alumna Hannah Gwynn joined the studio in January. She graduated from TCU in 2001 with a degree in vocal performance. She also earned graduate degrees from TCU in musicology and opera performance. Gwynn comes to TCU after directing the Fort Worth Opera.
The 2015 Tournai French Film Festival is back on TCU's campus. Tuesday night kicked off the 19th year of the 6-week French film series. The program exposes students to French culture through films. Plus, students will get the chance to practice writing film reviews. A French film will be shown in Mountie North at 7 p.m. for free every Tuesday night until March 3rd. These screenings are open to the public.
A music fraternity is planning an event it hopes will be the hit of the semester. Phi Mu Alpha is putting together TCU's first music formal. The event coordinator says he's expecting to use a $1,500 budget. He says this will cover the cost of food and entertainment. The organization is already raising funds by selling wristbands.
When TCU News Now returns, I'll sit down with E! News anchor Juliana Rancic.
And we'll let you know about an important change at the library. We're back in 30 seconds.
To give TCU a lead that's never topped.
Of all the storied traditions at TCU, academic excellence is the most enduring. TCU, learning to change the world. At TCU, we keep our class sizes small, so minds have room to expand. TCU, learning to change the world.
A popular entertainment personality took a break from the red carpet to visit TCU Tuesday night. Juliana Rancic, the anchor of E! News and co-star of E's Fashion Police, shared her story with 1,000 students in the Blue Ballroom. Rancic talked about the challenge of learning English as a second language, surviving breast cancer, and confronting infertility. She says those issues shaped her into the woman she is today. I sat down with her to learn more.
Why do you want to share your story with TCU students and college students in general?
The reason I want to share my story, and I love sharing my story especially with college students, is because I wish someone had shared this information with me when I was in college. And so any opportunity that I have where I can just impart some guidance or advice or wisdom to these women to maybe help them realize their dreams just a little easier than maybe I had to go through, I'm happy to do.
And could you tell me a little bit more about Fabuish and the impact that has had in your life?
So it's interesting because about 2 weeks after my surgery for breast cancer, I was was really, in a dark place. And yet the idea to create Fabuish, a charity to help women that are going through breast cancer treatment and to grant their wishes, came to me. It's really easy to give back and want to do good things for other people when your life is great. But can you find the strength and power to do that and self-awareness to do that when your life isn't great?
You have a mission in that it's to help those going through hardships to find happiness and a positive outlook on life. So how are you pursuing that mission and living that mission out every day?
I wake up in the morning and I choose to be positive. I've been through a lot with the cancer, the infertility, and it's very easy for me to get, a free pass from everyone, feel sorry for me, I want to be in a bad mood today. But I choose not to do that.
What is your go-to song?
I love, On a Tuesday right now, On a Tuesday. I like that song. On a Tuesday,
Yes.
I got my girl in the club and she, okay, yeah, so that's my, got the girl in the club and she's choosy. Love Drake. Yeah, I think you thought I was gonna say like Happy by Pharrell? No. On a Tuesday, I got my girl, anything that and Big Sean.
Oh, yes.
Rancic says you can never be too busy to stop and make someone smile. She also encouraged students to try her 30-day challenge by taking 30 seconds each day to say what they are thankful for. She wants students to share their stories on Twitter after the 30 days. Tune into the Grammys on Sunday to see Rancic hosting live from the red carpet.
10 new student organizations have joined the TCU community. Caitlin Andreen has the story.
10 new student organizations have joined the more than 150 organizations already on campus. TCU held a Spring Organizations Fair on Wednesday, January 28th, where the new organizations were able to showcase what they have to offer. This was the first year TCU had a Spring Organizations Fair.
I'm really glad that we do that kind of stuff in the spring, not just in the fall for incoming students, because you have a lot of transfer students that are coming in the spring, new freshmen that come in as well.
The fair also gave new organizations the chance to recruit new members.
I know that there was a handful of them that got a variety of new people. I know Nourish International got a handful of new students that are excited and engaged. I know the Acapella Society definitely had some.
These new organizations include the Student Kinesiology Association, TCU Rock Climbing Club, and the TCU Purple Haze. President of the new organization, TCU Nourish International, said the process of forming the new organization was simple.
I had everything set up. I had all of the members and an executive board, and so we were really able to just hit the ground running and go straight into it.
Students have the opportunity to form organizations twice a year. I'm Caitlin Andreen, TCU News Now.
The TCU French and German language houses are entering their second semester on campus. The houses, located in the Tom Brown Pete Wright Hall, aim to help students improve their language skills by immersing them in another language and culture. The program is provided to students at no additional cost.
Students should have their ID handy if they plan to visit the Mary Couts Burnett Library. Entry gates were recently installed, but this time at a new location at the newly constructed west entrance of the library. The entry gates were originally located at the old south entrance before renovations began last spring. Students will once again need to swipe their TCU ID to enter the library.
Selected pieces from TCU's permanent art collection are on display for the first time in the Mowdy Gallery. The States of the Union exhibit showcases artwork that represent the artist's interpretation of American history and politics. Students can add their own art to the wall by decorating dollar bills. The pieces will be on display until February 19th.
Man, I've been really wanting to check that out. Just haven't had a chance to get over there.
Yeah, I actually went earlier today and it's really cool. I didn't get to decorate one of the dollar bills, though. I really want to do that. What would you put on a dollar bill? If you could decorate it anyway, what would you put on it?
Probably put like a little mustache on George Washington or something like that.
That would be good. Well, that's all we have for you on this week's TCU News Now.
For all the latest TCU news, check out TCU360.com. Thanks for watching.